chain on my wrist, for real. LV on my chick, for real. Waco taking risks, for real. Went through hell to get to this, for real. I'm not pressed with making lists, for real. I stay low and stack my chips, for real. You keep looking for a flip, for real. That's not wealth, that's rich, for real. 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 Really real. Really real. Really real. Really real. For real. For real. For real. For real. No liens on the whip, for real. I get bored, I take a trip, for real. Take a loss, I never trip, for real. Been in shock, I'm not a lick, for real. Don't trust the soul, it's on my hip, for real. Make a move and you get hit, for real. No pictures by the crib, for real. Can't let them know just where I live, for real. 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 Really real. Really real. Really real. Really real. For real. For real. For real. For real. Plain Jane on my wrist, for real. LV on my chick, for real. Waco taking risks, for real. Went through hell to get to this, for real.
Trade another day.
And you know what? If it doesn't happen, and for some reason the charts change,
Little trade another day.
and tomorrow I'm the biggest bear out there, so be it.
You win some, you lose some, but you live to trade another day. Little, you lose some, but you live to trade another day. Little make another play. Little trade another day. Little trade another day. Little make another play. Win some, you lose some, but you little trade another day. Little make another play. Scared money don't make no money. 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 You win some, you lose some, but you little trade another day. Little make another play. Is it the bottom yet? I'm trying to buy up everything. Not gonna get upset. Just pull the trigger, let it bang. When I see a trade, I'm hopping in like a Uber to secure my future up early, just like a rooster. Eyes glued to the computer, looking for a bag or two. Market cipher on the screen, compliments of Tradingview. Now I know what I'ma do. Buy low and sell high. Even if you try and fail, at least you didn't fail to try. I don't wanna be the type of guy that let fear win. I'm the one that dive in head first and bust my chin. I know FOMO is a no-no, but I still get it in. Now I can't predict the future, but I know I'm bound to win. Later or sooner, I'll be the big kahuna. Cause I got big kahunas. I was not scared to get money, I took me some chances and now I'm the big kahuna. And if you scared, might as well get neuter. I'ma keep chasing my dreams. Wake up in mansion so big, I need a segue to get from wing to wing. Scared money don't make no money. 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 You win some, you lose some, but you live to trade another day. Live to make another.
Good morning all. Hope everyone is good. Hope everyone is well. Happy Monday to all. And yeah, new week. Hope you all had a good weekend. And hope, yeah, everything was good. You enjoyed it and are ready for a new week. Let's get it. What's going on with this? There we go. All right, let me see everything's working. Looks like everything's working here, which is good. And yeah, let's get it. Let's have a look at the calendar here and start off as usual here. So go ahead and see what we got going on for the week. Last week of the month. So exactly. Last week of the month here. So we're gonna see what happens today. Is JPY bank holiday. Typically nothing too crazy here. Nothing too crazy when I see JPY bank holidays. I've rarely seen it really affect price. It's just if a setup comes, I just see it act as normal, to be honest. You know, I think it's nothing we should worry about. I'm more concerned about USD bank holidays and GBP bank holidays. Those are the main ones. And yeah, rest of the week's pretty clean. Of course, we have a little bit of USD news as usual throughout the week, but nothing really a major news event. We have a preliminary CPI, which we normally have around Friday. That's kind of normal. You know, it's just preliminary. I can't even speak. Preliminary, you know, it's not final. So we're gonna see what ends up happening with that. But realistically, nothing too much. A bit of G20 meetings, but that's normal. Doesn't really affect too much the currencies here and stuff. So nothing really crazy. Today is clean the whole day. 1 p.m. we have a little bit of IFO business climate, but that's 1 p.m. It's normally just towards the end of our trading window anyways, so not too worried about that. So let's have a look at the analysis. Obviously over Friday we did our major analysis in this week's webinar. If you guys in the exclusive have not watched that, definitely take the time to watch that, at least to see the analysis so you understand. But with saying that, the daily candle has still closed bearish here. We can see a pullback happen potentially on daily before continuing down further, breaking this low, reaching down to the 184, 900, 185 max target if we were to see a big push down. On weekly time frame, we do see weekly time frame closing bearish. As long as we respect this weekly support right now, there's no real question of heavy downside becoming an option. We will just bounce off to 187 and then look to either consolidate or maybe do a bounce up and then reanalyze and see where we're at. Looking at 4-hour time frame, we have closed 4-hour candles bullish, starting another pullback phase. This could give great opportunity for a lower high to continue price bearish here. I would be happy to see price pop up maybe back to 89s. Would be a great selling opportunity if we get a candle closing bearish, and then look for the sells back down, maybe base it on a 1 hour or something like that. If we want to even form a resistance here, yeah, there'll be opportunities if we can see lower time frame develop. Right now 1 hour time frame has bullish structure. We are mixed bias in this session. We're seeing, you know, heavy bullish structure basically form here. Let's mark this as a 30-minute, but I think 15 is higher, right? Yeah, 15 is higher, so we're just going to mark the 15 because trading from here to here is not going to be possible. What is that? Like 5 pips, so we're just going to mark this 15. Now the sells are pretty interesting today because where we're sitting at is kind of like higher highs, higher lows. Like if we were to just close below here, I wonder if that's enough. Like it's a lot of support below. 16 pips is not too bad. 15 pips, yeah, it's not crazy. I mean, again, today could be buy above, sell below, to be honest. But the buys, I'd be more cautious as a pullback move. But that's enough. Like we have a big range here, right? The range is massive, 47 pips. The downside range is not the best. Downside range is not the best. We've already seen double rejection from this. But I feel if we close below again, at least we can tap this wick here. It would just be more of an aggressive break-even position, right? Where you're just like, okay, I'm 10 pips in profit here. Coming back towards this zone, I'm going to go break-even. And if volume is going to continue, you're going to see that move continue down and retrace the move all the way down to at least this previous 4-hour support, which I don't feel is relevant anymore anyways. So realistically, our target we'd be looking at is probably that 1 hour support down here. That would be the next target, I would say. Major target is 1 hour support here. Also the daily flip. So that means the daily would create its top wick and then continue down. You'd have 1 hour change of structure as well. So that would be my plan here on GJ. If we're gonna look at gold here, on the other hand, gold is in this range, stuck inside of this range. We spoke about this range in the webinar. We've actually bounced closer towards the top of the range now, forming a kind of weak head and shoulders pattern, which is showing some weakness. Let's start off with daily here. Daily does have this resistance right here. Pretty messy. Get rid of this. This is our 4-hour support range low. Until something leaves here on a 4-hour like this, only then I look for pullbacks here. Otherwise, we've actually been on bullish structure. So high highs, high lows. We could sit in here maybe for the day, but eventually I do expect to see a resolution towards this range. But as long as we hold high low structure, it's bullish. That's the consensus here. So what plan would I make today? That's very interesting. So buyers today, previous daily kind of bearish, previous 4-hour bullish. We tap 4-hour resistance. Now the question is this enough to sell, or do I want to sell below this support here? Because we don't have a 1-hour support yet, so we could do soon. What's the difference? 28 pips, pretty big. And keep in mind, every breakout has failed, huh? Every breakout close has failed. Breakout close, pull back. Breakout close, pull back. Risky. Risky, risky. So probably below the 35, I would say. Which is where we rejected on these wicks. Do I have a key level? I do. But I want to see some proper structure to make sure it's not going to be another fake out. Yeah, below the 35 I'd say would work. There's a 4-hour support, yeah, but you're just playing the range. There's going to be so much mess in the range. It's just the range. There's so many wicks crossing that daily support. 1, 2, 3 wicks here. 4-hour support, there's like all of this BS in between. This is being crossed through like so many times. So it's just, you make the question, if it's too messy, then you just don't trade the range. Right? So that's how it is. That's how it is. So yeah, I think that would make sense. Below here, buys above the highs potential. Yeah, we do actually have some clean candles here above the highs. But with this pulling back right now, I rather see maybe a way to trade back up. We're going to see with more information. Because if we come all the way down here to get all the way back here, it's going to be like a 70 pip move already. So I feel like if you buy the high after a 70 pip move, that's it. Done. You're done, you're done. So that's how it's going to be. So I rather see how price action forms to see if there's a way back up. I wouldn't buy from the zone I'm selling. Doesn't make sense to do that in this type of scenario. So I'd need to see how these candles form. If this just chops in here, it's game over anyways. You're not going to trade like this bullshit. You want to stay out of that. But if it moves quick and fast, you will have an opportunity to be able to find something in here to maybe just trade back up to this high and potentially continue through. But we need to see all of that in confluence with the 1 hour. You know, how the 1 hour ends up closing and how the 30-minute forms. 30 minutes about to form potential resistance, etc, etc. So we're going to see what ends up happening there. And that's kind of the goal plan here. That's the goal plan. Is a nice LTA towards the downside though. Now, last but not least, well, it is our last pair for today is going to be DAX. So DAX opened on a gap up here. Saw it on my broker. Where's the gap finished? Gap on my broker starts from, there's a little bit of a fill of the gap, 22239, 2223. This is the gap fill here, 22239. Yeah, so going to be about this area here to here is a gap. So this is a gap here. So we're going to mark this as a box, as this is a gap. Okay, so this is a gap on what we have right now. Very interesting to see. I need to see financial juice. I wonder what caused this big gap up here. Some sort of election news, I'm assuming. Yeah. What did they say in the election news? What I'm interested in. I think it's who won. Did someone win already? Alright, so someone won again. Interesting. Yeah, it would be the elections for sure. I just want to know what was said or if something was announced. Like, do we have confirmed? Let's have a look at news. The win is confirmed. Yeah, this is gonna be the have won German elections, getting 28%. I don't know anything about these guys though, so I don't know if this is good or bad. So this is election news. This is going to be interesting to be able to trade here. It's pro-European and independent EU army. Yeah, I just want to see how we're going to tackle this news here. I wonder how it's going to affect price. So we gapped up based on that, which they feel like. So that's telling me what? That's telling me that they're bullish on DAX. So they're bullish on the future of their companies. Yeah, this was only 5 minutes ago though. 5 minutes ago was nothing happened. Interesting. So I wonder if we're just gonna retrace. Yeah, we're gonna see. Let's just see how the candles have closed though. So we've had a major pullback on daily, guys. Major pullback on daily and already bounced. Already bounced with this news. No bottom wick on this bounce, of course, because we opened up on a gap. This is a gap open. 4-hour time frame at 4-hour resistance. So we tapped the top of the range already. Very interesting. So we have mixed bias technically here. We do have a mixed bias technically. Is this enough to retrace news though? Or is this the start of the macro uptrend? Because we've been going up for a while now. Let's see Frankfurt open in 10 minutes. I need to see what Frankfurt does. Because that's when the traders are gonna start. Right now we have closed below here. There is an active setup going on. But 57 points, 60 points, 57. 80 to there. 28 to there. I don't know. It's difficult with a news move. This is all news. Doesn't really count the same. You want more information. It can equally be a fake out right now. I need to see Frankfurt open anyways. My spread is high at the moment, so I don't trade till Frankfurt open for DAX. So we're gonna see Frankfurt open in about 9 minutes. 9 minutes, and that should lead because 1 hour will give us a confirmation. If 1 hour closes below structure in 9 minutes, yeah, it will be interesting. Especially if Frankfurt open pops up first. Does some shit like that. So we're gonna come back and see that. Higher than usual, yeah, because of elections. Frankfurt traded. That's why I'm interested to see. Yeah, I've got no, mine's about the same, 200 pre-session. But I'm not surprised if they run it higher because of the election uncertainty. As soon as Frankfurt opens, we should be able to see the liquidity. Khalas, corrupted Estonian. DAX gap because yes. So yeah, that's basically the analysis here for today, guys. That's the plan, and yeah, we're kind of set for the session here. I would say interesting spot to be at. 300 to 800 is definitely not tradable. 300, I mean 800 is nuts. 300, yeah, you could get away with, but damn. What's up with gold? Nothing. Nothing's wrong with gold. It's just in a range here. It's not the smallest range. That's what you guys have to realize. It's actually tradable. It does look messy, but it's a massive range. As long as clear setups form and clean moves form in the range, it's not that crazy. It's not like it's a full bullshit range. The only thing that's bullshit is like stuff like this inside the range. Then you're really cooked. You're really cooked when it does this. But if we can move cleanly, it's actually a big enough range to trade. You know, I mean, this LTA here below key level, how big are we working with here? It's like 53 pips, pretty decent. Pretty decent. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the analysis. If you did enjoy the analysis, definitely leave a like on the stream. We analyzed GJ, we analyzed DAX, and we analyzed gold. So all of the analysis done, plans are set. Now we wait for the setups and see what the market delivers. So if you guys enjoyed the analysis, be sure to leave a like. 300 of us in here, get the likes up to 150. I would appreciate it. Yesterday I made a very, very important video on my channel here. This video, it didn't get many views, actually, only 1,000. Normally we do about 2, but this video I originally didn't want to post on YouTube. I just wanted to give it to people who appreciate it. Now what's really funny is most of the comments who appreciated the guys in exclusive. So it shows you who wants to succeed and who doesn't. Out of my subscribers, about 100 people watched it. The rest was done by YouTube pushing the content out. But I'm telling you, this video here is a game-changing video. It's a game-changing video. It was done, I planned to record it for 8 minutes. It ended up being 29 minutes. 29 minutes. And the gems in this video is stuff that no one will cover. It's like a secret type of video. It's like a video that really explains what you need to do and how. Importantly, how. I actually explain how. You know? And it's not even hard work, brother. It's not hard work. Literally, it tells you what to do and how you're going to get better. It tells you everything. It's making your life so much easier. Because I went through the hard times that I could say this and make a video like this. It's actually a legit video. It's a legit video. And even the guys in exclusive will benefit from it. I mean, they have most of the tools at hand. But go watch it. Like, I'm not saying this to watch my video. You can see my videos, they're not viral videos. I don't get paid much from YouTube for posting a video that gets 3k views, 2k views. It's shit. It's not gonna, I pay more. I have to pay an editor. These thumbnails, I pay $25 for these thumbnails. Editors over, you know, much more than the video makes. Graphic designers. So it's not because of that, but it's actually because this video can help for sure. So if you want to actually do something useful, I would say watch that video. It will be a little bit game changing. I posted in chat, guys. I posted in chat. Mon Harry, I would like to hear your thoughts about this EU based on 30 minutes concern was 1 hour top wick. Yeah, in this case it's scary, but you have structure there. It could be a problem, but the thing is, like, if this candle, you know, it's one of those things that, like, you're damned if you do. It's a shot, but it's the only risk. Like, if you lose that trade because this BS comes to make a top wick, it's what you accept when taking this position. But what allows you to take this type of position is you have structure here. You have structure here to protect in case it does come back. If you didn't have this structure, that's 100% a no trade. 100%. But with this, it allows you to take this trade. As a setup, yeah, it's good. Watching this previous 30, looks like it's pushing through nicely. You had a bit of room too there, so it makes sense. If it starts to reject from the zones, you'd have to be careful, but I think it makes sense. But if it was to go wrong and, like, let's say it broke the low and then started to flip and broke the high, then it's just one of those things, you know. The thing is, this is not even a 15 close, it's a 30 close. It's giving you a lot more confirmation. So I think it's okay. It's just, if it is gonna fail, and because it's gonna go make a top wick there, it's gonna suck, you know. But everything else was fine. It's just that would have, you know, messed it up. Guys, I have to cut stream for 10 seconds only. You will see the stream lag for 10 seconds and then I'll be back because I need to fix one setting. Bitrate has gone a bit nuts and it's going to affect the stream. So give me a sec. Okay, it should be back. Should be back. We back. So, DJ, this inside of this range is not really tradable, I would say. So it either needs to get above or below. We have the open here in about 1 minute for DAX here. You see what I mean about this, taking this sell and now before the open you get fucked? It's like, really uncomfortable. So you really want to see, does this close below this 1 hour support? Yes or no? Important. Outer B. Yeah, I think it's, let's see. I think it's a good decision overall. Rejecting previous range. Did we close below? We closed below this range here. This range we rejected. 1 hour close, 30-minute rejection, 15-minute close bullish. Yeah, you can just enter again with something closing below here or a setup too. So there's other entry options. Especially with 1, 2, 3, 4, all these 15-minute candles closing. Now the first support created. And you're not fully bearish bias. Daily broke the high already and 4 hours closing bullish. Actually, there's full bearish, but very weak. It's at resistance. 4 hour has no top wick as well. That's a bigger threat than the 1 hour. That's a bigger threat. Let's go see how DAX did, huh? So DAX did close below just about. We have a 15-minute support. So 1 hour just about closed below. EU rejected daily resistance. Yeah, same as 4 hour resistance. 4 hour took liquidity from the lows. Yeah, I'd say a 15-minute close below here would be confidence inducing enough. Maybe a 5 below here as well. That would be more of the aggressive we could try. But we are seeing the 1 hour close below, which does give us some form of probabilities here. It's just a question, do we want to retrace news? News is the only thing that, like, since this was a news move, can mess up probabilities for today. DAX could just be like really inconsistent. Take liquidity from lows, take liquidity from highs. It's just not a situation you get a lot of the time where you're trading the move directly after. You're trading the move directly after elections, basically, you know? So you have election result that ended up pushing price and now you're trading the move after. It's not traditional price action. This is something different in the market. So your probabilities are going to be messed up anyways. Is it worth taking a shot? Yeah, you could. You could play with some of the profit you have from the month. Or if you're just looking to play it safe and go with something, maybe you just stay out and you just be like, okay, I'm going to play it safe. I would mark the blue line. You know, but once you go on lower time frames, like you go on 4 hours, see if there's a support at the gray. Go on 1 hour, see if there's a support at the gray. 30-minute, you'll be able, even if there is something here, you'll be able to catch that on lower time frames. Such a weird scenario. We're gonna see what happens. 5 minute trying to close below. I'd prefer the next 5 minute to close below, so that I can run that stop loss instead of this stop loss. Even though 38 points is enough. Well, we're gonna see. Harry, can you tell me how to calculate DAX lots? If you don't know how to calculate lots, you need to really focus in on your trading. It should not be rocket science. Worst comes to worst to calculate lots is you can use a lot size calculator. There's a lot of tools for you. So normally with indices, it's about 10x. Right? It's normally about 10x. Yeah, this is fine as well. It would actually be this one down here, but there's no harm in keeping both. You could have both because this one comes first. Oops. This one comes first and then this one comes next. So you could just be safe and take the one that comes first. That's the best way to do it. Always mark what comes first, you know, then you're just secure both ways. Next key level should be 2400. No, it should be, yeah, I mean, that's the key level, yes. 450 can even be a key level, but DAX doesn't really respect key levels too much. Doesn't really care too much about flat numbers. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. It's not like as strong as gold, GJ or something like that. I would say whole numbers, like even look at 500 here, right? 500 really is not too much happening at 500. You know, a little bit here and there. Here happened a little bit, but not too much. I mean, you could draw a line anywhere and you would find something that was reacting off it, right? If I just close my eyes now and draw a line like that, boom, that's where my line, look where it drew. I could say, oh, this is respecting this, right? Like anywhere you draw a line, it can have something, you know? Yes, my spread did go down, Manning. Mine's down back to normal now. What news affected German 40? What affected German 40 was the elections. Brother Hamza, if you keep spamming, I'm not going to answer your question because you're spamming. So you don't get your questions answered if you spam. Don't spam. Harry, the USA-Russia peace negotiations might send gold down. I mean, technically, but not really. There's other fundamental factors, but it could have a reaction. Okay, if that was like let's say it was announced, then you get a quick spike. Yes, can be a quick spike for sure. You know, for sure. But it's not enough to reverse gold. It's not enough to reverse gold. It is enough to spike, but not to reverse gold. Yo, Harry, be a subscriber for about a year now. Always watch your weekend videos and live stream, but no cap, the video you released this weekend has to be one of the best content you've released. I appreciate that, man. I felt that myself as well. It's just a shame not a lot of people will get to realize that. I was actually, when I was filming the video, like, it just ended up being a 30-minute video. It's a heartfelt video. It was not like a planned video. Normally I have an idea of what I was going to make. I literally sat down and I said, okay, I need to have a rough plan. I made a quick presentation to have something to present. Otherwise, I think it's very hard when you try to make videos online, because people's attention spans is like goldfish, you know, they really have very small attention spans. So I could sit down and just chat about those same topics, but some people are visual learners, so I want to help people who are visual learners. That's why a lot when I'm doing and talking with people, like every week in the exclusive we have webinars and I'm always scribbling on the screen. always I'm drawing something while explaining, because I also am a visual and learner who learn from seeing stuff at the same time listening and seeing seems to be powerful together. So yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed it though. I mean, ultimately, as long as it helps a few people, I'm happy with that. It's just, I believe that that could help a lot of people. That's what I want. It's an excellent roadback, but one need to have failed a bunch on their trading to really appreciate it. Yeah, but most people are failing. And that's the pure truth. Most people are not here making money. Most people are failing. So it should be attractive to everyone. I know it won't be attractive to the complete beginner. The complete beginner. But there's other stuff for them, right? I think 90% of the internet is probably accounted for them. What about people says withdrawing profit is important? How do we plan weekly, monthly, or quarterly? My withdrawal process is just when I need it. Whenever I need it, I withdraw. I don't really set a weekly target, monthly or quarterly. It's just how it works. You know, it's just like, okay, I'm happy to withdraw. I want to buy or pay for something. That's it. That's how I end up withdrawing. I don't really make it a target. Like if I want at the end of the week, I can withdraw. Like let's say I have a week, I make 3 grand this week and I wanted to buy something over the weekend. I have the power to withdraw at the end of the week. Or I needed to pay for something. I have the power to withdraw. Or maybe I didn't need to pay for anything or buy anything, then I just leave it, you know. It's not really a set in stone that I need to withdraw every single month. On a prop firm, yeah, I think you should withdraw maybe once a month just to keep realizing P&L. You know what I mean? I think getting payouts consistently from prop firms make more sense, especially when you have access to more capital using a prop firm. So I would say, yeah, maybe like for me, I think for prop firms, once a month is best because we trade based on like a cycle of a month. That would be the best. I don't like the bi-weekly withdrawals. I mean, it depends on account size. The bigger the account size, the more you can do that bi-weekly withdrawal, right? Because you have like a 200k account and you're withdrawing bi-weekly 1%, which is like every 2 weeks making 1% should be pretty good. I mean, you'll have some weeks maybe where you have a rough couple of weeks, that's fine. But then it's okay, you know? But if you're on like a 10k account trying to bi-weekly withdraw 10%, a little bit rough. A little bit rough, you know? You're going to be risking 3-4%. If you withdraw on Friday, does it get into your bank same day or Monday? Well, I use a bank transfer, so it takes 3 business days. 3 business days it takes. 2 to 3 business days I've noticed normally. Normally I get it in 1 business day. You know, it just depends really how busy they are with withdrawals as well. But luckily, I've not had it more than 3 business days. I would say most commons around 2. Like you request and then you accept the request and then you wait 1 day and then the next day. So I guess that's only 1 day if you think about 1.5 days if you think about it. Because there was only 1 day where I didn't receive it and then the next day I was getting it. So yeah, actually pretty good. What's your suggestion for proper accounts which is heavy in drawdown? Should we start fresh new account or trade the account? Very small risk, try to move it up, but that will take time. That's actually a great question. It's a very good question you ask. Now, ultimately, depends on your skill level. If you still need practice because that's why you're losing on that prop firm account, then continue trading that to practice with low risk before you blow it until you see consistency. Okay? If you're in an environment that because this is some of the situations we have in the exclusive group is that, and this is where my experience comes to tell you about that. Okay, there's people in the group who come with like -6% drawdown. They've easily been able to bring their account back to break even after learning the skill, getting better. So their account's back at break even, that's fine. Some people sit at like 8% drawdown. Now this is in the territory where it's like, okay, it's a bit far gone. Can you recover it from 8% drawdown? Yes. Have people done that before? Have I seen? Yes. I've had maybe 2 people in the exclusive group who have recovered from 8% drawdown to passing a challenge. Now, but the idea was with at minus 8%, I made them stop focusing on passing the challenge, but getting good at the skill. What ended up happening is they started getting good, and then it started working, and then they made it back to break even and eventually passed the challenge. Because they removed the process from, I need to pass the challenge, to, it doesn't matter, I failed it now anyways, I'm minus 8%, let me just try my best to trade good. And guess what? They started trading good. So you need that. You need that sort of process to happen. Now, ultimately, if you've been exposed to good education, you've been exposed to good practices, and you know what to do, and you've just hit unlucky rut, it will be way faster to just reset an account. But I only say that for certain individuals. I don't know you personally. I don't know your mistakes. I don't know how you trade. I don't know how much, money you've spent on challenges. So for me, it's not in my position. But as I always recommend to people, and it still mind boggles me, if you do not have the skill, do not go wasting money on challenges. There's no point. If you buy a challenge just to practice first, like practice on demo, if you're profitable on demo, then buy a challenge just to get the real life practice. That would be great. Not real life, but some risk towards it, some challenge. That's it. So on DAX here, we have a 15-minute close here. Let's see how this 15 minutes looking. 15-minute will actually close below here. So technically, there's almost a fit. Well, maybe it will. We'll see. 23 seconds. You know what DAX is like? Last few seconds can close above. If the 5-minute closes below here, will make sense for sells actually. So we're gonna see what happens if we get a top wick as well. Stop loss here about 27 points. Let's see. Might be an option I'm considering taking. Okay, no top wick yet. We're going for one now. Kind of opened on a little bit of a weird open here. Like a gap down I have. On broker, it's a weird close this. Interesting close. 15-minute did close below though. I'm just trying to contemplate if worth going break of this low here. How much do I miss out on? Like 4 points. Yeah, 4 points. I could put stop loss probably above this previous 5 for 4-point difference. My broker closed slightly below, but 15-minute is definitely closing below. Yeah, I'll probably give it a shot. This hasn't broken the wick yet on my broker, but when it breaks the wick on my broker, I'm going to give it a shot. But it hasn't broken it yet. So I know it broke it here, guys, but it hasn't broken on my broker. The charts look a little bit weird, so I don't know how it's going to look on yours, but I'll give it a shot once it breaks it on my broker. Put stop loss above this previous 5. So it has broke it here, but not on my broker by far. Like, it's still good amount of pips on my broker. Maybe about 2 points more before it breaks on my broker. I'm gonna go around 0.75 risk on this. All right. So that broke now properly on my broker. Wrong way. I'm gonna see how this goes. Good push here. Looks really weird. I want to see this strong 5-minute close in about 43 seconds. Gonna be important. Last 15 seconds, we don't want a rejection. We want it to close strong 5 close here. Somewhere around where my mouse is. All right, can we break this low? I'm gonna move stops here to break even. If this flips back up, I don't trust that. No top wick on my broker. All right, close that there. I'm out. Close that break even there. No top wick on my broker. The way that open dumped down, I don't really trust it too much. Don't really like the way that it formed there. So yeah, I'm not really gonna execute on that one there. Just gonna leave that. That's the way I'm going to manage it. So a bit of aggressive management here, but I prefer to do it like that when we have a bit of uncertainty today. Especially when we broke the low, I'd expect it to push pretty aggressive. It didn't really push very aggressive here. It kind of like immediately broke the low and rejected. I don't really trust when it does that, especially with the upside potential, you know, so it just made me a little bit uncomfortable there. So yeah, that's the decision I made. We're going to see if it does end up playing out or not. If I'm wrong or right, we will see the decision I make. So that's pretty much it, man. That's pretty much it. So if you didn't get a chance to get break even, you had another chance now again, or maybe you're not. It's up to your plan. I wonder if this is still gonna dump down. I don't know. We're gonna see. Maybe too aggressive. We're gonna see. See what 1 minute is doing. See this 1 minute change of structure? Yeah. If I was managing the trade, that would have got me out. Do you see how that 1 minute change structure? I mean, we did retest this previous 5 now. I'm trying to think if there's a re-entry. How would I re-enter on this? Nice rejection from the previous 5. You see that rejection? It's a really nice rejection there. Maybe a close below on 1 minute. Ooh, that might work. Tighter stop loss. Let's keep an eye on this. Like, I'm not fully away from the idea, but you see how it's grabbing liquidity from that low? This is why I wanted to get out. Again, if you haven't got out, you can't quickly BE. Yes, I went quickly BE on this because of the way it open dumped. It might end up being too fast. I went to break even, but I just didn't like the way that Open did it here, especially with 1, 2, 3 candles, no 5-minute pullbacks. If it broke the low, it should have given us a quick push there. Quick push to at least a 1-to-1. Once it opens like that, DAX likes to have a volume pair. DAX likes volume, and this is what I notice about DAX. So whenever it does that, I don't want to hold this because this is uncomfortable, especially with stop loss only here. Super easy for price to go and tap that. Now we have another 5-minute structure. A close below here, we have another entry. So I'm happy with this management. I'm happy with this management. If you are too lazy to manage or have too much hope, then, you know, don't complain. If it goes up, sometimes it's about giving a shot. And if it, you know, no commissions on DAX. So without commissions, it's pretty straightforward. Just have to try. Look, this is my exact point. So yeah, it made sense. Like, otherwise I'd be holding this now, right? And then remember, stop loss was here. So you have to realize that this is how it is. Honestly, I'm just holding. I have profits to spare. There's no such thing as profits to spare. It's about probabilities. Like, I'm happy to spare profits on this type of setup. You know what I mean? But I need to see it do what I want it to do, right? That's going to be important for me. So it looks like we have a 5-minute support here. Something I'm noticing is close below, pull back, close below, pull back. So maybe this is just, remember, this is post-election as well, guys. So realize that there is some risk to that, which is why I'm being more risk adverse. I gave it a shot. We went in profits. The next candle opened up, broke the lows nicely, but no follow through. If there's no follow through, I expect it doesn't look good. It will just be the same as this. Look at this scenario here. You get the close below, next candle breaks the low, pushes through, leaves a little rejection. Next candle opens up, breaks the low again, and then ends up reversing. Check this scenario we've just had. The scenario we've just had, exact same thing. Candle closes below, next candle pushes through, next candle opens up, breaks the low, rejects. Exactly what happened here. Now, I was able to identify that before I took this trade, which is why when it broke this low, it has no reason to reject. No reason to reject. It's possible it still continues down, but I'm trying to play the safest hand. Anything's possible, but I have to play the safest hand. And that's the hand I chose to play. So now, hopefully you guys understand that, right? Hopefully you guys understand and can see how powerful that was to be able to manage like that. And this is like, people ask me, Harry, you know, why doesn't signal groups work? This is a great example to show you why signal groups don't work. If you were in a signal group, how do you have enough time to follow this? How do you have enough time to follow this? You know? So how in a signal group do you have enough time to manage like that when we're watching live? Luckily, it gave you some time to get out break even. If it didn't, it would be nasty. If it just literally went poop one time. Doesn't matter how much candles pull back. It matters the size of the push down. You know, doesn't matter how many candles, but it matters more the size. So this is my point. No matter where you put stops in this position, you lose. It went the exact opposite way, perfect trade, but reverse. Yeah, that's why I went to break even, brother. If you weren't listening that I went to break even, then that's your own problem. Because this trade had the possibility to go down. Like I said it 3-4 times. I don't know. I can't be any more clear. Like I'm getting sick of people not listening. Like I say it for a reason. And maybe there are times I'm wrong with BE. And people see it go to TP. And they tell me, oh man, you know, you went to BE too quickly. But it's about long term. Because look, this is 50-50. Now I can write correct BE. And we collect data again. You had a lot of time for B. It went 3 times towards B, even if you didn't close. And while I was explaining to you guys why it's good to go BE, it was still at entry, which was nice. It gave you a lot of time. It's a good shot. But now this liquidity grab here, if we close below, you know, this is how it is. It's another option I might try. We're gonna see on this 15 close though. 50-minute might change structure here as well. Like I said, DAX could be inconsistent after news. We might just sweep the low here, and then we might come up to the highs, and then take out the highs, and then just end up in the range. I heard Jared. That's good, brother. Happy to hear that. It was worth the shot. It was worth the shot, but that's sometimes what we have to do. I also cut a B, but for spread, I lost some money. It wasn't much for me. My spread 0.5. I lost $7, and the size I put on that was 50. So if I just trade normal markets on a 5 lot, which is the same as 50 for DAX, I would, what's 7 times 5? How much commission? Like $35 in commission plus. So to lose 7 compared to 35, it's better than just regular commission. And on top of that, in normal markets, we have spread. You know, so in like if I was to trade GJ, I lose that much in commissions plus with the spread, you know. So that's a beautiful thing about DAX, is that there's no this. DAX no commission is goated. Yes. Where did you enter, Joe, then? I get win rate, lose rate, but what you mean by BE? Means break even, move to break even. You move your stop loss to your entry. Same with NAS, correct. Same with US 30, all of those. What are you looking for on DAX now? If it stays in the range, nothing. I don't know. I mean, technically, you could try to buy back towards the highs here. You'd have to see. It was weird on this because when it broke the low, it was far from it on IC or on my broker. What do you think? Previous close below 2240 on DAX, not previous 5 or not relevant? Which one? Which 5? There's clean candles here. We don't have previous 5. $23K soon on DAX? Yeah, definitely possible 23K. Definitely possible. See how GJ is doing? Still in the range? Yeah, GJ is getting a bit stuck. London's been like this for GJ. It's quite interesting. And then at some point during the week, it's going to move. But the time is going to be random. It's more about the setup. But you want to base the setup on a 1 hour and stuff like that. Let's see if DAX wants to break out. There's a wick here. I wonder. But watch out, watch out. This is where DAX can, I told you, DAX could easily take out these highs now and then just end up in this range, and then it messes up everyone. So we want to see support above here. See this? We want this candle to get above, pull back, and then close above. Boom. Yesterday, India beat Pakistan in cricket match at Dubai. Yes. They got carried by Virat Kohli. How's gold doing? Right, gold just staying in the range here as well. Did you watch it? No, I didn't watch it yesterday. When is German elections? Happened over the weekend. And someone was elected is why we got this big move. It's why we got this big move. See some of these guys, what they're doing. Okay. Sells below, buy above the 15, fine. Sells below 15, I'd say key level. Buys above there. Took the wick instead. I think you're fine to fill that wick. Previous 4 would be okay there. These sells here, yeah, that would be safer there, but if we get a good close, we can sell 2 there, right? Because it's going to be the same thing. Which might happen in 9 minutes. Sell below this, 23.34 daily support. Yeah, could be safer. We can also try to see what happens at daily support. The thing is, we've crossed through about 6-7 times with wicks. Don't know how it's gonna keep reacting there, or if it's gonna keep reacting there. Set up 5 inside of the range. Too tight, I would say the ranges. Because of what? Because of this. Set up 1, yes. Set up 1, yes. But because of this, it makes it too tight. You see this here? Well, buys above here with structure. Buys. Sells below. Okay. 35. I'll move it key level 35. This is the safest, but it's a bit too late by then. I think you can buy above the 1 hour to the 15 minute. Yes. Good structure for buys. Yeah, we'll see how that ends up forming, but ultimately yes. Buys above, sells below, keep it simple. Ultimately yes. Retrace some of the push. Yes, we just tried that. More buys there. Yep. Close above. No sell plan. I think you should add a sell plan with like the guys. Sells below here, buys above there. Simple. DAX sells below, buys above. Okay. Ultimately, you would look to fill that wick. Yes, it's safer above here. We could look for that later, but if we could get in earlier, it would be better. And that would demand structure. The sells below there. Okay. Same plan. Okay. S1. Late, so I need good structure. Correct. Good thing. By the time we push here, we'll be a bit late. So structure. Good job. Good job. Good job. Wow. GJ actually pushing straight through this resistance. We're going to see what ends up happening with GJ, if it can reject or something. It's been interesting like this, GJ. You know, let's see if there was a setup on 1 hour. Nothing on 1 hour. 30-minute, nothing. Straight at support. 4-hour, there was nothing because we didn't have a 4-hour closing bearish. Yeah, I'm not sure if you could find a way into this. Of course, you could just imagine yourself selling here, but, you know, come on. Why didn't you do it here and then get stopped out? Japan bank holiday, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Keep an eye on DAX. DAX just again retapped range highs here. Gold is trying to break up through this range here as well. 5 minutes have a resistance around here. Put a box here. Got about 29 pips to there. How big would this stop be? About 36 negative. If you push through, it will make sense. 1 hour has space. Oh, we have a 1 hour here. Let's mark that 1 hour. It's same as the 5. Are you still planning to take a trade? You're gonna chill and watch the market? No, I plan to take a trade. I haven't. It's just so gave it a shot. I still plan to take a trade. No reason for me to stop. It's not like massive move has happened afterwards. Still in the range here. Both options are still valid here. Still options for buys or sells. But like I said, I expect if DAX is gonna be nasty, it's gonna take the high and get everyone into buys again, and then maybe potentially just range. So we're gonna see. If structure can be created, then it will have a much higher probability. $54. $54. Never drinking again, can't hack it anymore. Beautiful push here on GJ. Amazing volume. So that sell plan was nice. Shows the zone was good, but unfortunately no entry, so nothing you can do about that. If my price is not going to give you an entry, then there's nothing you can do, right? Just have to move on because there's no entry. Unless you just magically enter somewhere random and then get lucky with the timing. But that normally calls for like a 1 hour setup. I mean, even if we're pushing boundaries and we say, I'm going to take a 1 hour, bearish candle close. This candle didn't even close back in the range. So what type, like, you're gambling at that point, right? So if you really look at stuff realistically, you know, you can't just make an excuse. And this is where people lose in trading, is because they see this move happen. They try to find a way into this move. They maybe find a way on like the 1 minute. Even the 1 minute didn't, but anyways, maybe they've tried find a way on the 1 minute and you start taking that long term and you lose. Maybe today it won, but long term it doesn't. Very common. Gold is trying to get above. Love to see like close above and then some sort of thunderstorm. The smaller stops we can get on gold right now, the better odds we're gonna have in a range. The bigger stops, the more risk we have at buying potential highs or lows. Because 36 for 28 is not really the best, and we can't really trust that price is gonna push past this resistance because we're not trending. We're not trending at the moment. So a thunderstorm would help with that scenario, because we could probably then run a little bit tighter stop maybe. Great YouTube video, mate. Really enjoyed that. Oh, I appreciate that, man. Yeah, it seems like most people who enjoyed it are people in here. Seriously. I could see in the comments. Everyone else didn't watch it. So it's good to see, though. It means that these people are on the right track. Because that literally is the right track. Like you described my journey. It's a great video. It's a great video. If you guys haven't seen that video, I'm telling you, it's a game-changing video. I promise. I promise. Like, it's not stuff you're gonna get for free. Like, I feel like I'm doing myself a disservice. Like, maybe that's why people don't watch it, is because I maybe try to do too much for others. Like, if I made that extremely exclusive, very hard to get your hands on, then I'm sure people would enjoy that a lot more. So give it a watch, because maybe I take it down off YouTube and keep it just in the group, just to force people to watch it. Because it's really, I want people to watch it, like literally. They need it. Especially the last segment there. I say something that came to my mind while I was making it. And it's very cool perspective that I wish I had when I started. So yeah, thunderstorm here would be better. Because just risk to reward, guys, you know. I don't have the risk to reward. I have 47 pips now stop here. 47 pips sucks. 47 pip for 16 pips, it's like shit. You know? Shit. Turbo, I hope you aren't upset I call you Doc Harry. No, I'm only joking, brother. I was only joking. I answered your question anyways. I was only joking. YouTube didn't notify me, but I always check your uploads every other week. We'll watch after this. Yeah, you'll enjoy it. I mean, if YouTube is not going to help me, I think that's like... So my question to you, because people keep saying that to me, that YouTube is not sending my notifications. Is that... Do you get other channel notifications though? So that's my question. And are your notifications turned on to all or just personalized? Because personalized, you won't get it. Because maybe your notifications are on, but they're personalized. If it's personalized, you won't get it. Shame that GJ actually just retraced this move in like one shot. But yeah. I get the notifications daily. Yeah, that's my point. I think it's because you've turned it on to personalized. But yeah, Sebi, you understand? Like even this candle here now, you said you need to wait for structure, right? How do we know? Like this is one candle, but look at the size of the candle, Sebi. You see how big the candle is? So now I would need to wait for something, because it doesn't matter. This could be 3, 4, 5, 6 candles. But what matters more is the size, because after a big move like this, you don't want to be selling lows here. It's a bad idea to sell lows here. Very bad idea. I get your notification set all the time and I'm set to all. Yeah, so it's just people who have not set to all. People aren't drawn to real things. That's why 95% of people fail. Yeah, it's true. It's true. I've seen videos that try to help and they're more like this. More the same style I kind of made, and they go viral. They go viral, those videos. It's just a matter of, okay, when people watch it, I don't know, it's tough on a smaller channel, not smaller channel, but a less popular channel. Your video has double the viewers than stream right now? Yeah, but I've only been streaming for about an hour and a half. So that video in the last like 16 hours has only double. And also this is live. All people at one place. Like I think I also appreciate, and I'm really happy you guys show up to stream and stuff like that. It's a pleasure to trade with people, but people need to realize like there's 488 people here live at once. I know that's not crazy numbers to what people can pull on a live stream or maybe in our industry, but just realize like how cool is it that we have 488 people all here together daily. Like we normally hit these numbers, 400 something, sometimes 500. We're on the road to 600, so you guys can get your giveaway. We were 3 away. 3 people away. But how cool is that? Like to share value every single day, you know, it's like think about it. That's 400 people here live right now. You know, you could fill a small stadium with that. Not stadium, but what do you call it? Like, you know, small, well, like a gymnasium. That's the word I was looking for. Gymnasium. You know? So it's cool. It's cool to have that. You know, it's cool to see people appreciating that. Because these people show up daily. They're the ones who are going to see, hopefully, a change in their trading. If you knew Hindi, I bet 50k people would watch your live. Okay, this candle didn't give us the thunder I was looking for. So again, thunder will just maybe give me a stop loss that I could maybe manage below here. Will be riskier, but check this out. This will be about a 16 pip stop loss with the thunder, you see. And then I look for a move like this with the thunder, 16 pip stop loss. Target here is also 16 pips. So I get 1-to-1 there. Makes a lot more sense. But DAX, let's have a look how DAX is doing. Stuck at 500. Stuck in the range. Stuck in the range. To be honest, it was a very clutch decision here. In that DAX trade, you expected a quick move down after breaking the low when it didn't. Look to manage and reduce risk. So watch the 1 minute if it's grabbing liquidity from the low managed since we expected quick dump down. Wait, I don't understand if this is a question or you're telling me. In DAX trade, you expected quick move down after breaking the low. When it didn't what? Look to manage quick or reduce risk. So watch 1 minute if it's grabbing liquidity. When it didn't what? That's what I'm confused in your question. When it didn't what? How did you manage that trade again, if you can explain? Oh, this is just more from understanding every time we've closed on a lower low, we failed. So if we're going to do it now in a volume time, it should break and go. It's just reading price action. You can see that. And I said that from the morning. If you listen to this morning analysis, I said when we closed on a lower low, we retrace, right? You check here, lower low, retrace, lower low, retrace, lower low, retrace. If you go to the beginning of the stream, you'll see this is very cool. And I point this out. This is why I like people to listen. It's going to be extremely useful. I actually drew it out somewhere when we analyzed DAX. I should have drawn it out. This is the analysis of DAX. Let's see. You can find it. This is gold. There we go. Here's DAX. Oh, too fast. Anyways, you get the point. We'll have to find it. I really want to, it's like annoying me now. I really want to find it. Anyways, not gonna waste time. So essentially you can just see that point. You can see that point. Close low, reject, close low, reject. It's the exact same formation we did here, like literally copy paste. I want you to study this scenario and study this and tell me how similar these are. Good close below, broke the low, left a rejection. Next one broke the low, rejected. Good close below, left a rejection. Next one broke the low, rejected. Exact same thing. So when it broke the low, there's no point of it rejecting. Especially in this zone, then I can avoid that fake out. That's how I avoid that fake out. Because I can just read price action like that. Like you, especially again, and I said this 100 times. Like if you heard in the beginning of stream, I said that this is a news move. We will have less probabilities here. That doesn't mean I'm not taking a shot, but I'm going to be more cautious with it. I'm going to be more cautious with it. In this trade, no bottom wick on the candle before was no problem. In gold and forex pairs, yes, but in DAX, it's not always something I'm too worried about. Especially when you have a 15 and a 5-minute confirmation, it's double confirmation. I'm not worried about no top wick. I'm worried more about when the candles close. But what I am worried about is like opening no bottom wick or opening no top wick, because that candle's open, you know. Especially when and you can see I didn't enter straight, right? I'm entered for here, right? Down here. So you gave it room already. Sometimes when it opens no top wick, you'll just get no chance to enter because you won't have a high for me. Same, I was mentally greedy looking at the downside potential clouded me. Yeah, you guys have to be strict with yourselves. I don't understand why it's even an option when this is a news move, you know? Very important to understand, and we spoke about this. You have to listen up and be on point, because we spoke about this is a news move, risky, because price can just be inconsistent today, because this is a day this is not built on normal price action. So it's built from hype, from news. So it won't necessarily do it in one sweep. But if it was going to do it, we're there to capitalize off it. And if it wasn't, then I get out safe. And that's how that's like an experience as well, being able to manage it like that fast and get out. And I could have been wrong today to manage it. Could have been wrong, but based on the evidence I had to do it like that. Keep myself safe. Especially when it re-breaks the low there. Look at gold retracement here. Cook everyone who's trying to trade negative risk to reward, crying now. But we do have 5-minute structure, so that's going to help. Thanks, because sometimes I feel like I'm lazy if I don't feel to trade or look at the charts. Yeah, if you feel like... is it bad? Okay, you said it above there. Is it bad if I feel like sometimes I don't want to trade in a day? I feel like I'm lazy. Well, it shouldn't happen too much, but the days it does, it's okay to take a day off. The charts ain't going anywhere. Take a day off, you know? I know I don't really take much days off or stuff like that. So I'm not really the best person to prove that it's okay to do it, but I don't know, it's like it's a self-resilience thing. If it's gonna affect your trading, then you should take it off. But if you're just being a pussy, then you know, you need to man up a bit. Was that a setup 5 closing back into the range on DAX 15? The wick made it tough. You know, the wick made it tough, and below this 15 here. So you'd look for a setup 5 with a wick fill, but you had very small bottom wick, so you kind of just had to rip by quickly. In terms of a setup, yeah. But if this wick wasn't here, yeah, this would be a lot easier. You're buying very close to 5-minute resistance as well. Probably at the moment, I would have said, okay, I'm going to wait for a 5-minute close above here. 5-minute close above here would have been made a lot more sense. I think that was also a valid setup if that happened. If that happened and I look back at today's session, I would look back and say that should have been an option. If that happened, I would have looked back and said, hey, that was an option. I should have considered that maybe. All right, we have about 1 minute until London Open, guys, here. London Open in 1 minute. We're going to see what London Open does when the London Open traders come and have a look at DAX here. We're going to see if they push DAX up, push DAX down. We're going to find all of the business right now. We're looking at that before, but it closed deep. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it didn't happen, but if it happened and I didn't take it, I would be looking at it as a missed opportunity. Like, hey, that was maybe an option. All right, so how's the 1 hour on gold is actually closing pretty decent. Breakout close. 30-minute is closing basically very close to 30-minute resistance. So that makes it tough. Above that 30 is pretty clean though. Let's see what 15 minutes saying. Kind of a setup 3, but the unfortunate part is it's like, again, it's a quick break even if you take it, you know, it's like a 6 pip. Same thing kind of on DAX we were getting that quick break even. Yeah, not easy. No bottom wick here. Let's see what DAX did. So DAX actually rejected last few seconds, opened no bottom wick here, pushing up. So we do have a bearish candle close. 1 hour did close bullish here. I probably expected to make a bottom wick eventually, but you never know. That's the scary thing with opens. How many years did it take you to master the psychology of trading? You seem to master emotions that come with trading as well. It's not how many years it takes to master the psychology of trading, it's psychology of life, because it's outside trading factors that are going to be able to shape your trading. You need to be doing work outside of the charts to be able to be a good trader on the charts. If you ain't disciplined outside the charts, if you can't stick to a diet, if you don't do other things off the charts that are going to help you on the charts, you're going to have a rough time on the charts. But it's individual, man. I'd say till today there are still things that are not perfect, but controlling emotions on the chart took me about, I would say, 3 years. 3 years before I was good at controlling emotions. 3.5 even, you know? I would say 3.5. I mean, last year, beginning of the year, sometimes I slipped up. Definitely January. Last year, January, I was taking stupid positions. You could call that emotional, just overconfidence. So that's not good control. And then I feel the rest of the year very, very, very disciplined. This year so far, I've been very disciplined. I mean, you'll slip up here and there. I expect to slip up here and there, and I'm okay to slip up here and there. You're human. But as long as it's not happening all the time, and as long as it's not happening with risk, that's the main thing. I can't let risk be the error, because that's what's going to cost me. Slipping up, taking a stupid position, slipping up, taking a FOMO position, that's fine. That will happen. But as long as risk is managed in those, right? If I FOMO in a position and lose 1%, I'm just going to get slapped. That's it. It's a slap, you know? So we did make the bottom wick like I expected here. So that's nice to see that even at the open, we respect some form of price action. Believe it or not, the sells are still open. The sells are still open here. It's not totally out the window. It's just, does DAX have the juice? If it's going to do it again, it's going to happen after London Open, would be a high probability. So we're going to see. I would love to see a structure formed in here. I don't like if it closes below all clean candles, fake out. I feel it'd be a fake out. And even then, I would actually maybe even take buys above this previous 5 here, even though it crossed through twice. You know? Because 1 hour close bullish, keep that in mind, right? 1 hour bullish back in the range. This could just be used as liquidity. Like I said, DAX can just be a nasty. Break the lows again, come back in the range, then go break the highs and come back. Like, I've seen days on DAX like this, and it's where you get cooked. Like, luckily, it was very fast to manage today. And again, the way I'm going to trade DAX is going to be fast management. Even if I get in another position, doesn't change the way I'm going to manage that position. So if you're not fast enough to manage, recommend you don't trade DAX. Just watch, learn, and learn how to manage fast. Make decisions quick. Like if you don't know how to press the X button quickly, you know, be careful. Gold stuck at this 5 resistance here. It's an interesting spot, this. GJ is a shame. I like how we respect key level. I mean, it's a long shot. I wish we would get a session like this. But in 10 minutes, if this hanged about here, you could technically look to sell to fill this because we didn't tap a target yet, right? This didn't tap the support. So we could sell break of low to tap the 15-minute support. 30-minute would be a wick fill. Yeah, that would be great. 1 hour would also wick fill. I mean, you could just base it off 30-minute now, but what are we looking like? I didn't actually look at this. 30 pips for 33. Technically, yeah. But I don't like at least a 5-minute close. Yeah, I like that 15-minute idea, just to avoid us continuing this higher low from the lows here. Yeah, makes it very difficult. We're gonna see. DAX broke lows, did it? Yes, it did. So let's see if it's gonna be nasty. We need some 5-minute structure. Even if that 5-minute structure comes below, no close below anyway. So, ooh, I want to see how this. I want to see if this actually does become nasty. Here we go. So this is gonna about to trigger everyone in. About to break the lows and be nasty. And then reject. I mean, it could just push today, but that's not going to give me an entry then. It shows my analysis is right. So here it breaks the lows. Now let's see if it becomes nasty. In the meantime, while I wait for 5-minute structure to catch an entry, just going to go to the toilet for 2-3 minutes. Give me a sec, guys. DAX is selling? Yes, sir. Bathroom volume? Yeah, definitely does. Definitely does show that. Toilet volume back? Yeah. Yeah. Great to see my analysis play out. Very deep liquidity grab here. Only way that you can hold this trade is you take the entry here, but you put stop loss above the whole range. I don't think it's worth it, man. Let's see how much that would have been to put stop loss above the whole range. About 84 points, and this is about 60, 50. I mean, it's nothing I would consider if I'm being honest here. See this move here, interesting move. Want to see if it closed below my broker. My broker has no top wick here anyways. Didn't close below my broker. DAX noticed that I managed to close at BE, so now free falling. Yeah, but if you didn't close at BE, even if we didn't close at BE, guys, you would have been stopped out. Like, realize that. Like, BE was the best option. I would have been stopped out, then it would have went to TP. That's worse. That's worse. I mean, this is the move I wanted. That's what I mean. When it happens, it should have happened quick. But I guess even 1 minute, no entry option, man. 1 minute, no structure. Yeah, it's very tough. I mean, the plan played out, right? We took the sells, and this is what we were looking for. But you see what I mean? When it happens, it should happen quick. This is what I wanted to happen when we took the position for the sells. But it came back to break even, and that's fine. Because if it didn't hit break even, we would have hit SL. So realize the power in that. Gold is there consolidating, and GJ did close at 5 bearish. Slowly making it towards the 15. So you wanted to pull back and re-break before entry? Yeah, of course, because you need somewhere to put stop loss. Not only that, there's no close below anyways, so this is tough to enter here anyways. Because if this position, you have to put this stop loss here, which is 98 points. 98 point stop loss makes no sense. For the position, of course. Because even 1 minute, bro, 1 minute didn't even have structure. 1 minute structure was that same. Well, I mean, even if you use 1 minute stop loss, 1 minute stop loss is also 85 points. That's 1 minute stop loss. Unless you just try to gamble a bit and put 1 minute stop loss here. But I mean, you know, come on. This is just now in hindsight, it looks like a good gamble, but you would never do that. In reality, you'd make a lot of losses like that. How much trust do you have in the 5 alone? I can't scalp lower time frames, stress me out. 5 I don't have much trust in. 5 is just for entry. 5 is just for entry. But my whole analysis comes from the higher time frame down. I just use 5 as entry confirmation on indices. Yeah, it's the move I wanted, man. It's the move I wanted. So I was hoping for it here. You look for the close on the 5 minute after the body. I look for a close after the support, right? Yeah. So you'd look for, but that's only on DAX. Like all other pairs should be 15 minute, right? Gonna help me a lot? Yeah, it will save you a lot of stuff. TJ is starting to consolidate. The scary thing is, if you take the wick fill here, what allows you to go break even on this pullback? You can't really go break even on this pullback. You can only manage this trade if the 15 closes bullish above 189. So you'd have to take a small loss and able to do that. You think DAX will fill the gap? I'd be very surprised if it does it in one clean sweep. Very surprised. It's quite a crash that. In terms of percentage, it's a 1% dump, that 1.5% dump to fill the gap in one clean sweep. DAX on my broker has a very big gap. Yeah, that's why I have that box there. I could 1 minute scalp this here. It's a big move already. 25 points for 19 points. Ouch. Never mind. I shouldn't announce the 1 minute scalp because then it dumps lower like this now. We needed a close here. We needed a close here. Five-minute open. Just the DAX move juicing. Yeah, this is really what I wanted. That's why when I said, remember when you saw, look, when it broke the lows here, we got this move, right? When I was in the bathroom, did it close bullish before? No, it broke the lows and just went, right? We didn't pull back first and then go, which is what I was expecting here when it broke the lows. When it broke the lows here, I was expecting that same dump, which is why I was going break even when it was coming back, as I didn't trust that. I didn't trust that move back. All gaps have to be filled. Jesus, man, relax. No, they don't. Actually, technically, they don't. There really wasn't an entry according to your plan. You were correct every step of the way. Yeah, and I like to see that. I would like to see that, but really, like, even if I'm looking at 1 minute, I don't see a way in. But that's the point of trading, is you have to give it a shot, because the time that this goes will be the one that goes. But I think you have to realize how powerful that move of a trader is. Like, the ability to be able to identify the opportunity of this, and for the market to try fuck you up, but you get out of the position at break even because of knowing what happened back here and replicating that here, is insane. Because this is a day in the past that would have pissed me off, because I will take a full loss and then you don't get to enter. And guess what I would do? I'd be so upset that I took a full loss. I'm gonna go FOMO into something, and I'd probably, looking at this day, what I would have done is probably FOMO'd into gold buys here based off the 1 hour breaking the high. And look, it would have just triggered me breaking the high. But since you're so pissed off, you don't want to put 1 hour stops. Now I'd run stops on the 15 minute and get stopped out. Right now I would have been stopped out again. You know? So do you see that? Do you see that? Like, really, that's what I would have done. Like, I would have gone pissed off because of that. I would have FOMO'd into something. I would have taken gold here, break of the high. It would have triggered me in. But since I've taken a loss, I don't want to run the 1 hour stop, and it's not worth it. So I would have put stop below the 15. Look what the market would have done to you. Just stop you out right now. Now you take 2 losses in a day for no reason. Shit. Look at the position I'm in today. I've taken a break even. Chill. Very, very chill. You know? I really wanted these GJ sells as well, man. I think GJ sells for the beginning of the week here are gonna be juicy, but don't know what it's giving us now. This one candle to come out like this, really rough. Very, very rough. Maybe I just had to go on the 30-minute wick fill. 29. I mean, you wouldn't get in perfectly there. You'd get in here. 31. 31. You probably get your 1-to-1, eh? But this is more hindsight now. Still room. There is room, man, but it's just a matter of finding what time this shit pushes. Because GJ has had inconsistent volume time. You just kind of have to find the setup and take it. Yeah, exactly. No matter what time, but just with safe stop loss. And even if you lose the first one, doesn't mean you're wrong. It's what we discussed in the webinar, actually. Tap this 5. If the chart is trending upwards on the daily, weekly, is it wise to stick to buys even though there's a sell opportunity is 15? Should base it session by session because there could be pullbacks in those moves, which you can take in a session. Like you could sell for London, buy for New York. So you have to use session bias. You have to be able to identify, and that will be giving you clues from the 4-hour. I'm very happy I didn't FOMO into gold here. Very, very happy. What a mess that would have been. Shame about DAX though. Would have been beautiful to get the be part of this move. Very simple move. This trailing on this would have been sick, man. Sheesh. Very easy to trail. Stop loss here. That's how I would have ran stop loss. I would have ran stop loss here, then here, then above here now. I probably would have closed a lot at this 15 here. Then I would have run stop loss here now. How much would have that given? Oh wow, 117 points. Fuck's sake, man. Fuck's sake. I'm at a DAX sell. Where should I look to exit? It's a good target, this. Tap to support. Fill the LTA. Still no bottom wick on a 5-minute. Can definitely still flip if it wanted to. Just click sell. I wonder what would happen right now if I just click sell. Would my luck change in the market or not? Knowing me, I'm very unlucky in the markets. Like I can't rely on luck in the markets. For me, I would probably lose. I would sell the lows. That's how it works for me in the markets. You know? So the way I had to learn to trade is purely based off skill. Like I couldn't rely on a bit of luck here. You know, I couldn't rely on giving it a shot here. Man, The times I try to be lucky in the market, shit, man. I always call bottoms and tops. And then at one point, I said to myself, let me just do the opposite of what I think. And then I lost. Can you believe it? I started doing the opposite of what I was doing because I thought that I was losing, and then I lost again. You know, it's like shit, man. So that's why I just became fully skill-based, guys. You know, because that's the only way I could find consistency, is just full skill-based. Would have been a good idea to enter top of the range like on this DAX after seeing those 5-minute rejections. Where though? Where's your entry? And if you put stop loss above here, you got stopped out at London Open. You know? And all of those 5-minute rejections were respecting this. So this, and at the time this looked like a bullish candle close. If you remember, at the time this was closing bullish. You had 15-minute candle closing bullish here. 30-minute candle closing bullish. I thought of trading opposite of my ideas until I hopped in the exclusive group here. Yeah, I tried it. It didn't really work. Because it's, and that's what proved to me, which I actually explained in this week's video. Which you guys definitely should watch on YouTube. Really. That we are the problem. We are the problem. It's not the strategy. It's not opposite. It's us. So it's just because when you put yourself in that mindset, subconsciously you're changing variables. Yeah, look, I would have lost now. Look at that. Can you believe? It's just how it works. So you realize we are the problem. We are the problem, and I'm gonna clip some of the stuff from that video and post it on my Insta just to try get it out there, because there's some messages that came out pretty, I don't know, maybe I'm overhyping it, but I think it's really cool. When is the exclusive open? Next month, brother. Next month it will be open. I will announce it. I'll announce it. Lime is waiting for me to place an order. As I do, boom, the opposite. You know? Trading makes life go so fast, doesn't it, man? It's pretty crazy. When will I be kicked out the exclusive? You're serious or joking? I'm not going to be kicked out for no reason, no. It doesn't work like that. Oh, you mean like, when do you just get... Yeah, I mean, only if you don't pay. Even if you don't pay, I don't kick you out. You know that, right? I put you in the... I put you, you get into that, you get a special role. So you're not kicked out. You just don't get access to the channels. You only get access to one channel. I think you only get access to the general chat. Now it's free. Now it's free. Wow. She said it's free. What's the price of the exclusive? $1.8 per day, less than coffee. $1.8 per day, $50 a month. I don't know where I picked it from. I didn't get it in the beginning, but I find it true now. You are the holy grail you have been searching for throughout your trading journey. And at the time I was like, what? Me, it makes sense now? Yeah, exactly. It's you versus you. Look, guys, we need to wait here before anything else happens. Unfortunately, GJ is kind of like slowly making its way down. As a session review, gonna see this on broker. I think that could have been an option. The wick fill on GJ. I don't know, but we're gonna see now. It's a tough one, man. I would have probably hesitated on broker. That's above for me on GJ, guys. Yeah. On 1 hour, that's above. On 30 minutes, it's below. But I probably would have hesitated because it's tough. Ideally, we were in with just a close below here. Can I get a link to join a waiting list on your group? Some reason some people are able to join it. They're finding some other link. But the waiting list link, I don't think I'll put a waiting list link. I'm just going to open it on next week, which is going to be the 1st. So no waiting list. Just when it opens, you'll be able to join. You'll be able to join. Because the problem with waiting list link, guys, is that let's say I open the waiting list to 15 spots. 15 people join, but then maybe they put in their details wrong. They put in like a fake credit card number, and then it fails, and then that spot could have been to someone else. You know? That happens a lot with waiting list, so I like to just open it. Just waiting to get paid from closing my 2 real estate deals. Amazing, man. Congrats on that. Fake credit cards. I don't know. They think, for some reason, they think they can get through. Where can I find that link? I'll post it here. Just show up to stream on the 1st. Gold is not going to be a clear fake out. We don't have range towards the downside. On a 15 here, you see we have support, so it could even just create high lows, or it could just create bullshit like this. If it creates bullshit like this, you don't want to be involved. Do you have a dumb AF? Yeah, yeah, I don't know what they're thinking, but anyways, each to their own, I guess. What if I just sold that support, weak support here? It's not enough. Yeah, I think for me today, the best option was DAX, and just unfortunately, fortunately, I managed that before taking a loss, but then unfortunately didn't give us an entry. So there's something fortunate and something unfortunate, but that's fine. Look, I guess you could try sell DAX here at the lows again, but it's a pretty damn big push. How much more can it go? I don't know. I think if it closed below, make a nice top wick and flips and breaks the low, you can give it a shot, and if it comes back, you kind of have to manage. That's the way I would kind of do these. If it just triggers you in and you're in drawdown, yeah, tough shit. That's the only risk, I guess, in that position. But I think that's the only thing I would wait for right now. And that's it. That's it. I think this is what I'm going to do today. So I think today was great learning about managing a position based on price action, avoiding the loss. But again, it's always sucks when your idea plays out, but it didn't give you an entry. But it's just proving that the idea was strong, right? And you can't really be upset when something is proving you're right. Like imagine it's just the difference of someone saying that you're right, but you didn't get paid for being right. I'd rather be right most of the time and not get paid than be wrong most of the time and lose money when I try. Because I know if I'm right most of the time and I get an entry, I'm going to be paid. But if I'm wrong most of the time and I try, I'm going to lose money. So what do you prefer? Make the choice, right? So yeah, that's basically now for GJ right now. GJ tapped the support here. If you got the perfect wick fill, you would have got your 1-to-1 here. So interesting to note here, not really the move I was kind of planned for here, especially with the 15 closing bullish. Kind of puts you off. Unless this retested here first, that's a completely different story. We're going to see how GJ forms. If we could come back to 189, could be interesting. Gold is a little bit of a mess right now, guys. Be careful with gold. Don't be buying highs right now, I would say. Buying highs right now is not proving to be profitable. Bought highs here failed, bought highs here failed. So don't try to buy highs. People who are buying highs right now are going to be losing money. I'd say maybe look for the retracement move would still be valid. If it gets stuck in this range, just leave it, guys. Just leave it. You have a whole week ahead of you. Last week of the month, want to end strong here. So we have a whole week ahead. So it's really, if you can catch 2 good positions this week, it'll be more than enough. Trust me. That's it. Then you come into next month strong, right? Even if you take 2 losses next month back to back, you've taken 2 wins this week, it's more than enough. That's how powerful only 2 wins are this week. So that's how it is. And yeah, that's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for here. And I'm gonna catch you guys on tomorrow here, hopefully. So take care. Appreciate you all showing up to YouTube stream. Gonna chill with the guys in exclusive, answer some questions, discuss some stuff. Maybe DAX give something, we give a shot, we're gonna see. So take care all, and hopefully catch you guys very, very soon. Peace. Cheers.